or tree trimming for the electric service. We paid them a total of $10,996.50 on this warrant register. And so my question was, who determines what areas or trees they trim? So Stephanie, you want to give them one?
That is handled through our electric department, and they meet daily with Steve Pratt, our electric distribution superintendent. And they make their plans as to where their work is going to happen that day. If I remember correctly, they do a cycle.
With a cycle trim, we try to cover each circuit by design. When we finish complete that line, it's time to start again. Indicated pretty. We've got some trouble there. Off the cycle trim and
Sure. So you used them quite a bit today, did you not? You used them today for the outages today?
go out there right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yep.
Good.
Thank you,
Any
Stephanie.
others?
Yep.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all I had.
Anything else? All right. Seeing no other questions or comments, I'll make a motion to approve items 1 through 5 on the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion is made by Mayor Bauer, seconded by Commissioner Van Oster to approve items 1 through 5 of the consent agenda as presented. Commissioner Maxon.
Aye.
Commissioner York.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Doan.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Aye.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye. 2020 appropriation ordinance number AO-20-20A for items in the amount of $178.84. Questions, comments, or amendments? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve item number 6 on the consent agenda as presented. Second.
Motion is made by Mayor Bauer, seconded by Commissioner Maxon to approve item 6 of the consent agenda as presented. Commissioner York.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Doan.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Abstain.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye.
Commissioner Maxon.
Aye. Thank you. So we'll move into comments from the public. Any citizen desiring to address the commission shall be recognized, advance to the podium, state his or her name and address for the record. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes unless extended by the vote of the majority of the commission. The commission does not hear matters involving litigation or city personnel. The commission does not take action on subjects not on the agenda unless unusual or hardship conditions exist. Citizens may address the commission on agenda items as they are brought to the floor. The podium is open for anyone that would like to speak. Kevin, you're it. Okay, we'll move into regular agenda items. This time we'll do a proclamation declaring Sunday, November 7th, 2020 as Buddy Poppy Day. Charlene Wilkinson from the VFW Auxiliary 1022 is present. I'll come down and read our proclamation that we have. I'll just come up to the podium and read it real quick. So, VFW Buddy Poppy Proclamation. Whereas the annual sale of Buddy Poppies by the veterans of foreign wars of the United States has been officially recognized and endorsed by governmental leadership since 1922, and whereas VFW's Buddy Poppies are assembled by disabled veterans, and the proceeds of this worthy fundraising campaign are used exclusively for the benefits of disabled and needy veterans and the widows and orphans of deceased veterans, and whereas the basic purpose of the annual sale of Buddy Poppies by the veterans of foreign wars is eloquently reflected in the desire to honor the dead by healing the living. Now, therefore, I, Paul Bauer, Mayor of the City of Coffeyville, Kansas, declare Saturday, November 27, 2020, as Buddy Poppy Day in Coffeyville, and do hereby urge the citizens of this community to recognize the merits of this cause by contributing generously to its support through the purchase of Buddy Poppies on the day set aside for the distribution of these symbols of appreciation for the sacrifices of our honored dead. I urge all patriotic citizens to wear a Buddy Poppy as mute evidence of our gratitude to the men and women of this country who have risked their lives in defense of the freedoms which we continue to enjoy as Americans today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This time we'll move into new business. Resolution number R-20-76, a resolution authorizing application for a Safe Routes to School grant from the Kansas Department of Transportation Alternatives Program. Director of Engineering Services Thomas Osborne will make comments.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Tonight before you, I have just a resolution stating that the City of Coffeyville is eligible and granting the legal authority to apply for the Safe Routes to School grant in the area around the community elementary school. This grant is an 80-20 grant. The way the current project is designed, it would be $403,200 of KDOT funds if the grant was awarded, and the city's share would be $100,800 matching share for that. The streets and stuff are listed in the map. You can see we're starting to kind of connect together in between the main branches that we've done in the past two Safe Routes to School grants.
So this particular one will cover which area? Because there's a lot of colors on here. I just wanted to make sure I see the date. I mean, I see the CDBG for 18 and 20 and 19.
Yeah, it would be the more purple color.
Is it like Norwood?
Norwood Street.
Okay.
Part of Highland Street.
Okay.
Edgewood, Northfield,
I see
and
it.
Ohio Streets.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure I was I kind of thought that's what it was because you had them numbered out,
Yep.
but I just wanted to be clear.
It'd be the KDOT TA 2023 as
Okay.
the legends. So
Any questions or comments on this one?
No, I just think that's great, to apply to them and try to get this money. Like you said, it's not a guarantee, but, the last Safe Routes to School project was very good.
We've
and
had-
This
we've
will
had-
help it,
very good luck with Safe Routes to School.
yes.
City of Coffeyville is used repeatedly by KDOT during their transportation alternative meetings for, this is the way we want to see a program run, this is how we want to see your applications, mapping, and stuff like that. So,
Good,
City of Coffeyville's been doing a really good job on that, so.
good.
And it's turned out very well. It looks very nice.
Yes.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
all the sidewalks look great.
Yes, they do. I'll make a motion to approve Resolution R-20-76 as presented.
Second?
Motion is made by Commissioner Van Oster, seconded by Commissioner York to approve Resolution R-20-76 as presented. Vice Mayor Done.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Mayor Bauer,
Aye.
Commissioner Maxon,
Aye.
Commissioner York.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Resolution number R-20-77, a resolution authorizing the waiver of certain building permits and inspection fees to encourage housing, construction, and business development. City Manager Mark Hall will make comments.
Mayor, Commissioners, for your consideration tonight is the building permit fee waiver policy. It is one of those that, to give a little background, and the purpose is to encourage responsible development in the city. It is designed to generate economic growth in construction and rehabilitation. This will, and as the commission, and just not too long ago, we are starting a housing department. This will not only benefit the housing as they go forward, but it also benefit building inspection. It is with the idea that the sole purpose is that when permits are used, we perform an inspection for safety. And that's the priority, and I know there's, codes to work on, which we will do in the future, but it is one of those, the intent with the permit is to let us know that we need to come out and inspect and make sure it was done right.
Yep.
And that is for the safety of citizens. So, with that being said, there is certain limitations, and that is a high mark, that if, on a building or construction of a home, that would be a $10,000 credit, which is a lot, but it is with the idea that as new homes are built, they work with us, we sit down and we have a construction meeting, and we go over, these are the things, and when do you need us out there? And we want to be proactive in being there for them to do the inspection. This just gives I guess what I say is a goodwill, that we want your business, and this, put that cost back into your home or your business or whatever, your construction. The commission can, as this goes forward, should things change, this policy can be drawn back. But as going forward, this allows me the authority to have staff waiver their permits. But it can be stopped at any time, whatever the commission chooses. So if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
I think the last time we talked about this, it kind of got lost in translation a little bit. I think we maybe didn't see the full, I think the scope got a lot bigger than just this particular thing, because there was a lot of conversations about
Well-
other things, permits and, so I'm,
Well, and there's been resolution on a lot of that stuff
Yep.
as well.
Yes,
so it's-
yes.
Yep.
I guess the only question I'd have is how much, have we collected on these this year? Or have we waived everyone to
There-
this point?
I don't have the authority to waive. I have on certain, the owner, builder. On those, I have put those on hold. So, if the commission, allows this, then I will express to them, they are waived. But the
I think that's
others,
the right thing
they
to
have
do.
been paid for.
I think that's the right thing to do. I think we need to waive those and
Yes.
move forward as
Yeah,
You bet.
to, like you said, it encourages the right practice, so.
that's correct. That's correct.
Any other questions or comments on this item?
I have none. I'll move to approve Resolution R-20-77 as presented.
Second.
Motion is made by Commissioner Van Oster, seconded by Mayor Bauer, to approve Resolution R-20-77 as presented. Commissioner Van Oster,
Aye.
Mayor Bauer,
Aye.
Commissioner Maxson,
Aye.
Commissioner York,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Doan.
Aye.
City managers report.
Mayor, Commissioners, just a couple of things. Of course, we're working the storm. I do want to read, I got this from Jim, just because I guess we're losing some tree branches.
Yeah.
Just an idea as we assess this, it is one of those, of course, the city, if it falls into a street or a safety issue, the crews will be out. If it's a large quantity, they will get them out of the road and then go through and pick them up the next day. As far as questions from the community, we'll assess this, but it is one of those, the dump is for free. The tree dump is for free. We'll kind of feel our way going on. The tree dump hours are Friday 3 to 6, Saturday 8 to 4, and Sunday 12 to 4.
Thursday they're open also.
Oh,
3 to 6.
Thursday and Friday,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
I missed the Thursday. But it is one of those that, in the case this becomes more severe, we'll address it, we'll open up more hours, and we'll start trying to assist. But it is one of those that we'll see how it goes along, but those are, and if we need to open more hours and do more things, we'll just see what the situation warrants.
Sure.
So, that's, with that being said, I do have two things to ask the commission if, one or two, as we proceed forward with the CBR expansion and working with engineers, this could be tonight or at a later date, but would like one or two representatives from the commission, which could sit in on the engineering as we go forward. That's just to get a better understanding as we go, so I would leave that to you all. The other is would like to, if any time that we get into a construction, of course, we keep those, it's the businesses' plans and this stuff, and we keep those confidential, but would like to sit there and have, if there is going forward, some questions that a commissioner or two, we can only have most
Right.
two, but would sit in on those to listen in on how those are conducted and what we're trying to do to help.
Yep.
So I would kind of, you know, if you have, you know, construction and this stuff, I'm not saying, I'm not electing someone.
Right.
But it might be good is having at least one and then an alternate, and of course, both can attend. I think that's just good business going forward, and especially the one on the expansion is, because that's gonna be an ongoing, is, you know, as we progress, it's not just gonna be for a little while, this will be ongoing.
Right.
So it's good to me, and of course, can share where we're at and knowing what we're doing with the commission. So that's enough being said. At any time, if you'd like to do this meeting and someone step forward, or if you would like, just give me an idea who you would like.
Yeah, I think
to
just,
sit in.
I think, why don't you send out an email and
Okay.
then send it out blind to everybody, and whoever wants to be on, they can send it back, and
You
then
bet.
if, I'm gonna
Gotta
assume
go from
Tracy
there.
would probably be exempt from that, so it's, if you get
But
four
I
and you
think
get, and you
it
get one
is.
that's very, if you get 4 yeses and you get one that's very vocal that they wanna be on it, let them be the lead, and then, like you said, have an alternative, and,
For that person.
And
Yeah.
now for the third part of this is, so there's gonna be 3 parts. The other is, as we go forward, and if you remember during our housing meeting, it was kind of giving an idea of how things were gonna step along. What I was gonna ask, and I'll put that in the email.
Yeah.
So there'll be 3 parts,
Okay.
but that is to sit in, when we review the International Property Maintenance Code, and then also the ICC, building codes. And staff has been working on those to prepare it. We want it to be an easy process. We have worked with information from comparable cities. These are the things that they saw, codes that in our region that doesn't truly apply. And it's going through, and I want to say the last stack I saw, yay big? Yay big of codes.
Looks like
And
fun.
Yeah.
so it is one of those, I will put that on there. I just want to let you have an idea that, you know, the commissioners are welcome. We'd like to, it'll probably take a couple of nights. We'll try to get it in a condensed, focused version, but I'd like to do that, and that'll be our focus for November, and then bring to the commission both codes to adopt your consideration, for your consideration in December.
Okay.
And that way we move this process along, and of course, we're getting ready for the new year. So I'll be
Sounds
getting
good.
that to you, and I'll send that out, but that's what I'm kind of
Yeah, that
hinting
sounds
at
good to
or
me.
asking for.
Yes.
Yep.
The other, I'd like to compliment all the departments. Of course, we did have a fire downtown, and I know you're aware, and I compliment our fire department. They, in turn, the next night had another fire. So they did a great job. The other departments were shifting, and I know the weather has come now where I think it's going to be kind of consistent going forward. But we are preparing for next spring.
Good.
And that's the new mode, so there's a lot of things going on at the golf course. I know you're in weekly update, but we've actually take on the tree, and hopefully we'll do some stump grinding. But it's now where we can drive tractors under those trees, and we're doing things like that. So there's improvements to the golf course, and of course, you know, staff is out there working hard all the time, and the weather and that. But it is, we are super busy in the growing months, but we don't just stop, and that is to prepare for the next year. And we will be doing a lot of things that temperature is not a factor. You know, mulch, you know, rock, these kind of things. We're just gonna keep moving, and that way, next spring, we'll be done. So, I do wanna thank staff. They're just doing a great. We had a meeting, discussion of our financial situation in the city. This will be going to departments, but it is one of those, just a great group of people, and they're getting the most out of everything, and that goes for equipment. And we know it's necessary to buy equipment, but they are squeezing life, duct tape and baling wire to get the most life out of it. We will never sacrifice safety. And that's what I appreciate. They're going that extra mile instead of saying, I want this, it's I need it. And I do appreciate all that they're doing. So if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
I don't have anything.
We'll move, I probably most of them will come into the comments from the commission, so we'll move into the comments from the commission and staff. Really, the only thing I had was cleanup last week. Give us a little quick overview on the cleanup last week.
Yeah, it was a little slower than some previous years. They did a total of 222 loads. They filled 3 40 yards and 3 30 yards. Saturday was the busiest day with 60 loads, and during the week, they had about an average of 30.
Not bad, though.
No,
Good.
I was out there a couple of times. They were
Yeah.
working hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They did a great job, and they were very helpful to people, helping them get stuff off, so,
Good.
yeah.
and that's good.
Nice.
Thank
And maybe, and some of that could be bulk pickup contributes to
Absolutely.
less of that also,
Yep,
too.
yep.
You know, we can't see it as a negative, I guess, as much
No.
as anything, not being
Right.
as busy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a positive.
Mayor and Commissioners, I just wanted to draw your attention to the report in the back of the agenda with the final assessed valuation for the
Right.
city. We did get that in mid-October. Unfortunately, our assessed valuation dropped another $95,457, which caused our mill levy to slightly increase by 0.107 mills. So we will have a mill levy of 53.129. The last 3 years, you'll remember through budget processes, we've tried really hard to keep that the same, and we're currently at 53.130, so we'll be bouncing back right up to that level. So with the adjustments in the assessed valuation, it just causes those
Sure.
Yeah,
ups and downs in that mill levy number, so.
Well, so the number you initially get's an estimate, right?
Yes.
And so this is the final, here's your number,
Yes.
right? So, yeah, yeah.
And if you'll
Right.
notice that the difference in 53.130 in 2019,
Mhm.
2000, yeah, it was 19?
19.
Is, it was worth considerably, roughly about $200,000 more.
Right.
And
Because of
you
the
have
assessment.
this 53.129, and it's $200,000 less.
Right.
So we're holding it while we're losing, and I
But
know
we're-
you understand that.
So we're
That's
actually taxing less dollars at that mill levy than last year.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're eating the valuation going down.
Exactly.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for the sales tax report today
Yes,
as well.
thank you for that also.
That is good news. So
What was it, 9 point?
9.67,
Do you want to come back up and tell us about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
I'm playing.
yeah.
It was over 9, it was over 9%.
9%,
Yeah,
yeah.
so,
Yep.
9.465.
yeah,
So I want to thank the citizens for shopping locally.
Right.
And I hope they continue to do that because
That's
it
right.
does drive that number and it helps
That's right.
tremendously our local retailers and local companies to survive through all this craziness this year, so. Yep,
Very much so. Okay. I'm
If-
just,
go ahead, Amber.
or did you
Yep.
have anything else? Okay, all right. I'm just going to ask if, I know we had outages today, but if Mike will come up and tell us about what kind of went on, please? Because it was out, I know, in the very west part of town, if I remember your time right. And sometimes our people don't see what all's going on, and this was an all-day affair, and it's still going on, so.
So we had a first report of a line down about 10:30 this morning. That line was out on County Road 1250, about a mile and a half to 2 miles west of County Road, 10th Street Road 3900, about a mile west of that. We started there, then we had some outages out in the area of the country club, We spent about 4 hours out there with one crew and the Asplin tree crew. We've had several other lines down throughout the day and through the evening. Crews are still out there. We've got about 12 guys out working right now. So we're hoping to wrap it up. In town, we've had a few trees fall and electric services pulled from houses, and so we went and made it safe. They'll have to get electricians to fix it, but we're making preparations to, should they get electrician, to get those back up this evening as well, because we know the temperatures are going to be cold, and we want to be able to serve people when they're ready to get heated back up. So hopefully we'll have everything back on, but the temperature's holding about 33. Out west of town, there's a lot more ice than there is in town.
I noticed that too.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, so hopefully the weather forecast holds and we do get back up to, what, 60 by
Yeah.
Saturday?
Yeah.
If you could speed that up,
Like sometime tonight.
Yes.
because they lied to us, it was supposed to get up to 35 today, and we
Yes.
got up
Didn't
to
make it.
34. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
no, we are
Okay.
working
Well,
on it.
thank you to you and all your crews out there working hard
Absolutely.
tonight to keep us nice and warm with the lights on.
I'm
Yes.
headed back out there, so I'll give them
Yeah,
your
Yes,
we
please
appreciate
Please
them
do.
a
And
lot.
It's not the
Is it-
funnest environment to work in
No,
either when you're
no.
out there in the rain like
Mist
that.
and
So,
rain and-
yep.
Right.
But
And like I said, sometimes when it's out that way, our people don't see,
Right.
has whether it happens in town or something.
true, it's
So
a
it's-
different, it's a totally different situation.
That's right.
Once you get out west out of town, there's
It's a
just
lot
ice
different.
everywhere. so.
I can start to see it just as I transitioned at my house. You can
Mm-hmm.
start. I'm driving down First Street. I could see the ice in the trees right before I was crossing the little bridge going into the
Absolutely.
house. So I could, and that was a lot different than what it even was out at the industrial park. So wasn't like that out there. Ground was wet. That was about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Michael.
Excuse me, Mayor and Commissioners, and since this is staff, I'd like to go ahead and just formally, the Coffeyville Resources Refining and Marketing is hosting a community meeting on Wednesday, October 28th at 6 PM. The meeting will be held at the Coffeyville Resources Firehouse, which is adjacent to the Coffeyville Resources Administrative Offices located at 808 East New Street. The meeting will include the presentation on recent developments regarding Coffeyville Resources proposed facilities relocation project. Coffeyville Resources has included a time for questions and answers during the meeting. This is what we'd like to make known because of COMA. Although the meeting is not a meeting of the Coffeyville City Commission as defined by the Kansas Open Meetings Act, since the business or affairs of the city will not be discussed, this notice is being sent in abundance of caution, as the majority of the commission may attend this community event. And I just wanted to read that. That way it's formally known that your intention is just to, I guess, view the meeting.
Attend.
And it's not to conduct city business.
Yep.
So, thank you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Well, and I appreciate CBR doing this meeting as
Yeah,
well. So, yes,
me too.
yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Really, the only
Nobody,
thing.
nobody else had, I had one thing real quick.
Go for
it. Chief, are you still back there? So I just wanted to say thank you very much to the fire department. So one of my buildings downtown wasn't involved in the fire, but did receive a lot of the smoke from the fire. And to be there and watch our fire guys work and watch all the cooperation between the different departments. So we had Deering there, we had South Coffeyville there, we had the Coffeyville Resources Fire Department there, and they did a wonderful job of working together and working through it and getting this done very quickly, getting it out very quickly. So, when you have interconnecting buildings like that, a fire in one can become a huge problem. So I just wanted to say thank you personally, and you guys did a heck of a good job. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that
Yep.
very much. We've been working hard in our teamwork together between the different mutual aids and
Yep, good job. Only thing I had left was next Tuesday, go vote.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Hey, Chief, I won't put you on the spot too much tonight unless you just want to go ahead and do it, but maybe the next meeting, with the weather changing, maybe if you could do a little presentation on some safe practices. We've seen things that we should never see, and some people just don't know any better or don't know what could happen, so,
It is the fire season.
if we could have you do that, I won't ask you to do it right now, but just to get some education out there, and you know what I'm getting at.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Take care of it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Trey?
Anybody else?
No, sir.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion's made by Mayor Bauer, seconded by Commissioner Van Oster to adjourn. Can I see a show of hands? Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, everyone.